What's up, guys? It is the Great Death Sentence here, and today we're gonna make a video about what if Goku never got the heart virus. So this is a what if series as to what if Goku never got the heart virus. So our story begins with Goku not having the heart virus this time. Trunks would basically go to a timeline and would go to a timeline where Goku actually didn't get the heart virus, since Trunks doesn't actually time travel and this goes to different dimensions. He goes back in time where he goes to a different dimension as a dimension as to where Goku didn't have the heart virus. So Trunks would talk to Goku, tell him about the upcoming threat, and not knowing that this is a Goku who actually doesn't get the heart virus, he would give Goku the antidote and tell him to take it at a certain date before the final fight. Tell him about the android, Cell, and everything he has to do to prevent domination of his world. And so Trunks would then leave. Goku would tell the other Z fighters, Vegeta and Piccolo would hear it, and they would all start training. So this time, Goku does not have the heart virus. This means that he would get trained considerably more and would get, exponentially stronger. How stronger? I don't want to say how much. It's very possible that even though Goku was training, while Piccolo and Gohan got stronger, Goku himself didn't actually get any stronger since the heart virus he had was deteriorating itself. In this timeline, Goku does not have the heart virus, so Goku is going to get exponentially stronger. How strong, I really can't say, but he's definitely going to be stronger than the normal Goku that was in the timeline. But nothing too much changes, at least not right now. So Goku and Piccolo will continue to train, and just like that, we will at the point where the Android 20 and Android 19 have arrived and started decimating the city. Yamcha would get clapped like usual by the androids, and then they would all go fight them. This time, Goku will volunteer to fight Android 19 101 like he always does. But this time, this is a more healthy, stronger version of a Super Saiyan Goku. Obviously, Goku would make light work of this situation. By the time he finishes off Android 19, Vegeta would then arrive. Vegeta was planning on saving Goku, but Goku is not sick this time, so Goku was able to easily decimate Android 19. Vegeta would demand to fight Android 20 since he didn't get to fight 19, and Goku would probably agree with him. So just like that, Vegeta will begin to fight Android 20 and, obviously fucking decimate him. However, now two scenarios could happen here. We're going to go with scenario 2 since honestly this saga isn't going to be very long to begin with. But scenario 1 is kind of likely, but Vegeta would obviously toy with his food, trying to show off how much stronger he is as a Super Saiyan. But with playing with his food like he always does, he might give Dr. Gero ample time to escape. And we all know Goku is a klutz when letting his guard down, and especially because he likes to fight like Vegeta does too. So it's very possible that none of these fighters will prepare for Dr. Gero's sneak attack. So Vegeta and Dr. Gero will continue to fight, and eventually Dr. Gero would, use a flashing attack to distract Vegeta. Since there are literally 2 Super Saiyans here, and all the other Z fighters are stronger in this timeline, I really can't see Dr. Gero getting away, if I'm being honest with you. So Bulma for some fucking reason would eventually arrive, and then Dr. Gero would attack her. Goku and Trunks would probably rush in to go save her just instinctively, while Vegeta probably wouldn't let the Android 20 get away. So in this scenario, it is very highly unlikely that Dr. Gero gets away to activate the androids. So if I'm being honest, yeah, Dr. Gero might be pretty much fucked here, since Goku and Trunks got their, were distracted to try and save, Bulma, and Vegeta is still fresh and still wants to kill off Dr. Gero. And the only reason Dr. Gero got away from Vegeta a second time is because Vegeta had to let him get away so he could use his Senzu beam. So, yeah, there's really no other scenario. Dr. Gero gets fucked and gets killed. So you would think this would be the end of the video, but honestly, no, it isn't, because Cell is still a problem. Now, because the Z fighters wouldn't know about the androids, Trunks would also arrive by this point, and they would tell him about the android that they encountered. Trunks would tell them that those aren't the proper androids, which would cause everybody to be in shock. but they don't know where Dr. Gero's lab is. So Bulma would eventually tell them where the lab is, and so all the Z fighters would go to try and find it. Now, eventually, Cell would arrive, so it's very likely that they might find the lab, and as soon as they find it, we all know how Vegeta and Goku are. Vegeta and Goku might want to activate the androids just to fight them in order to see. And honestly, even though it's very unlikely that Goku might go with it, I can totally see him going with it. So Vegeta and Goku deadass might activate the androids just to see if they can fight him and give him a challenge. Goku has done this plenty of times before. And since he's extremely confident now, and his confidence will be through the roof, he doesn't quite have as big of an ego as Vegeta, but you know, he would still want to fight the androids and test himself. And Vegeta would too. I mean, this is the same fucker that gave Cell a Sensu beam and, you know, has done all types of shit to let his enemy charge up. So if I'm being honest with you, two things would happen here. Either the most unlikely is that either Goku decided he will not let the androids, you know, be awakened because it's too dangerous, and will fight and defeat Vegeta if Vegeta tries to stop him. Or he'll go along with Vegeta and actually activate the android. If I'm being honest with you, scenario 2 seems a bit more likely. Again, this is just how Goku is, and him and Vegeta are always looking forward to the next battle. The others will protest, but if I'm being honest, Trunks might be slightly more confident in letting Goku do this because, well, Trunks trusts in Goku, and he was actually comfortable with letting Vegeta activate the androids as long as Goku was alive. So this would be a stronger version of Goku. He wouldn't be stronger to defeat, you know, all the problems just yet, but it still would be a stronger Goku. And so, honestly, I know it sounds ridiculous, but this is the type of characters Goku and Vegeta are. So, they're probably going to activate the androids and then the battle will commence. So, with Vegeta and Goku, if they both double team, you know, Android 18, they're going to fucking destroy her. And, you know, just rob her from the map. She barely beat Vegeta. Now, there's always some debate, you know, some people argue Vegeta is close to her level, or she's drastically stronger than Vegeta. But Vegeta was able to damage her, and even Piccolo says the main reason she defeated Vegeta was because of overwhelming strength, because she had more stamina than him, and was just wearing him down, and then just finished him off. Maybe she had a slight strength advantage toward Vegeta, but she still wanted to use that strategy. With Goku and Trunks on her, she's absolutely finished. But, you know, Android 17 and Android 16 are also going to help out, you know, their sister. Vegeta will probably demand to fight Android 17 since, you know, he's the male, and Vegeta's sexist ass assumes he's stronger. So they would fight, and it wouldn't quite go in Vegeta's way. Trunks, Piccolo will probably try to jump Android 17, but they will probably get demolished. Now, for being honest with you, if Goku fought Android 18, Goku, honestly, probably has a really good chance to win. He's already way stronger than he was in the original timeline and is extremely strong. Not to mention, he has the Kaioken and he has the teleportation wave. We've seen that no matter how physically strong an opponent is, they can, and when Goku starts utilizing this smart in battle, he can literally fucking obliterate them. If he was able to pull a bait and swap on Cell and literally blow half of his fucking body off, then if I'm being honest with you, Android 18 probably gets destroyed. Goku will probably go for the kill, honestly, and will just destroy the android, especially since he knows that these androids destroyed him and all his future. Even though Goku will want to fight them, that's just who he is, he's probably not going to hold back, and he's going to assume they're just as evil as the ones Trunks told him about. So if I'm being honest with you, if Vegeta, Piccolo, and Trunks can delay Android 17 long enough, I can see Goku absolutely putting a permanent stop to, you know, Android 18. And I think this could actually work. If Goku does manage to successfully kill off Android 18, Android 17 would probably get mad and will be on the verge of, you know, probably killing some of the Z fighters. So, if I'm being honest with you, I can definitely see Goku defeating Android 18 with his Kamehameha wave, with him being just kind of a smarter fighter than Vegeta in general, especially this Vegeta who's overcome by pride at the moment. So, Yeah, I see Goku absolutely destroying Android 18. After he gets rid of her, Android 17 would continue to beat up all the Z fighters, and Goku would probably do a strategic retreat, so he would use instant transmission to get all of the fighters out of there. There's a chance some of them might die, but the more robust ones like Piccolo and Vegeta, who are tougher to kill, could probably survive. So they would retreat, and one of the androids would be completely destroyed. This is when Cell would arrive. Piccolo explains that he's gonna team up, with Kami and fuse with him so he can get stronger. So he goes to Kami and becomes, a nameless Namekian, making him way strong enough to defeat Android 17. Goku and Vegeta and Trunks, I'm gonna assume all the Z fighters survived. It's possible some of them would die because Android 17 would be bloodlusted. Because of how fast Goku is with instant transmission, and if he can get away from second form Cell, I'm pretty sure he can get away from Android 17 too. So it's possible some of them might die, but I'm not really in the mood to calculate. So I'm just gonna say all of them survive, but are badly injured, and some of them are taken out of the fight permanently, but not dead. But Junior and Piccolo and Trunks will still be alive, which is basically all that matters anyway. And so just like that, Goku would tell them all about the time chamber, and Goku and Vegeta and Trunks would enter the time chamber first, while Piccolo goes to fight Android 17. This is when Cell would arrive. So things go in the timeline like normal. Piccolo decides to fight, Imperfect Cell. Imperfect Cell gets away. Well, Goku's gonna be here too, but and even though Goku is a lot stronger and is hoping, Piccolo fight off Imperfect Cell, he's probably gonna be in a hideout just waiting for Vegeta and Trunks to come out. Either way, Cell probably escapes him because Goku's a dumbass just like him. So Imperfect Cell would escape, and then he might find Android 17. Again, things would progress like normal, but this time it's only Cell can absorb Android 17 since Android 18 is fucking dead and got smoked by Goku. He will be irritated that he won't be able to complete his perfect transformation, and as soon as he absorbs Android 18 and interrupts the battle with Piccolo, this is when he would have really no reason to stay behind the timeline. So he would probably try to look for Trunks and look for the time machine so he could just leave. His plan would probably be to defeat all the Z fighters, force Bulma to make a time machine, kill her, then go to another timeline where Android 18 is alive. So just like that, Cell would be on the hunt for another time machine. Since his plan is completely ruined, he just has to go to another timeline. This is when Vegeta would eventually find Cell, since Vegeta and Trunks would enter out of the time chamber at this point. And this is pretty much where the Android saga ends. Vegeta puts an absolute pounding on Cell, kills off Android 16, and just like that, all of the androids are completely defeated. So even with Goku and Vegeta's dumbass decisions, they still win. Gohan and Trunks will probably go in a time chamber anyway, just to train to unlock Super Saiyan, as they went in immediately, so they wouldn't know the threat has been completely taken care of, but they would be training in a time chamber to get stronger. So Vegeta and Gohan would enter out of the time chamber completely way stronger than original. Vegeta would of course challenge Goku now that everybody else is dead. I don't think he would go fully evil here, just want to defeat Goku, since he does care about his son, and that's kind of confirmed. And he might care about Bulma at this point. At the very least, he cares about Trunks. So he might just kind of calm down with the Z fighters, but still want to defeat and possibly kill Goku. He wouldn't stand a chance, however, since Goku is a Super Saiyan 2 now, and Vegeta just has Super Vegeta, and that's nowhere near Super Saiyan 2 Goku's level. And Gohan is way stronger than Vegeta too. See, if Vegeta gets humiliated, gets cooked, and just like that, the Android saga is on. Vegeta would either just stay with Bulma like he did in the original, but he was still training for his upcoming rematch with Goku. And life would continue like usual, with Goku not being dead this time. So just like this, the Buu saga would arrive. This time, Goku is not dead. So Goku and the Z Fighters would enter the Buu saga. And this time, now, there's been a lot of debate, people saying Vegeta really only went evil because he wanted to fight Goku. And the only reason he made such a hasty decision was because Goku was dead, but came back to life. So this would basically be his only real time to fight Goku. if we go with this assumption to say it's completely true, then Vegeta would have no reason to turn Majin because Goku is right here, he's alive, and he can train indefinitely to beat him. He has all this time to beat him and has absolutely no reason to go Majin. Sure, he might be a little mad, and it's also possible that if Vegeta is mature enough, he might just train with Goku like he eventually did in Super, instead of just trying to train by himself, since he had no training partner because Goku was dead in the original timeline. So if he's mature enough, he might mature faster and just train with Goku. We might get the perfect Goku Vegeta duo way earlier, like we did in Super. If this does happen, then well, events will go like normal, but Majin Buu is definitely not getting revived. They would kill off all the other villains, and just like that, the Buu saga will be wrapped up. If Vegeta does go Majin for whatever reason, then the same thing might happen again. Now, there's also this debate that Goku might not have Super Saiyan 3 because he was only able to get Super Saiyan 3 because he was, dead, but he still might have it. He would just be training a lot harder. It's not like it's impossible to get, and Vegeta was able to get it through sheer training alone. So Vegeta can get Super Saiyan 3 just by training without being dead, and I'm pretty sure Goku can too. Goku should have Super Saiyan 3, but if he doesn't, he'll still be way stronger than Vegeta. But if Vegeta does go Majin, then Buu does get revived, and the arc pretty much goes like normal until they eventually win normal like they did in the original timeline. But honestly, I'm really banking on Goku and Vegeta just kind of teaming up, since again Vegeta would have no real way to go Majin, or have no reason to go Majin, because he only did that because Goku was dead, but Goku is not dead. So yeah, and just like that, that's pretty much it. So events would kind of fold like normal. The Buu saga goes either one of two ways: either Majin Buu doesn't get revived, or Vegeta decides to go Majin for whatever reason, and then Goku decides to fight him, and then Majin Buu gets revived, and then Goku might not have Super Saiyan 3. If he doesn't, it might be really hard for them to win, but they should be able to fuse with the Gogeta earrings. Again, there's still ways they can win. They can turn into Vegito, and hopefully with Goku alive, he can force Gohan to train in that time. You know what I mean? So with Goku alive, maybe he might be on Gohan's training. Again, it's really difficult to say. I'm pretty sure if Vegeta can get Super Saiyan 3, Goku definitely can too. If Vegeta can do it, so can fucking Goku. Y'all know that. So if I'm being honest with you, I personally believe Goku will have Super Saiyan 3, and the Buu arc pretty much goes the same if Vegeta decides to turn Majin. But he more than likely won't, and they just kill all the villains. They just go to Super, and that's when everything normal will pretty much just happen from there from onward. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. This is pretty much what I believe would happen if Goku didn't have the heart virus. Events would go extremely smoothly, the villains would just get absolutely decimated, and everything would basically go slightly more smoother up until Super, and then all the other events will follow. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'll see you guys next time, and Dev Sentence out.